Welcome to Chill Under Pressure. I'm Adam.
I'm Les.
I'm Gayle.
Hi, Gayle. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
We've been talking about this for a little while, and it finally worked out schedule-wise. And you're currently in Orlando, right?
I am in Orlando. That is a fact. I'm at a conference in Orlando for Blue Hawk.
Okay.
But happy to join you guys.
Yeah.
Once I figured out the time difference, you're on Mountain Time.
Well, it's funny because you post a lot of what do you call it on LinkedIn? The feet or something or legs of LinkedIn. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but you could say it.
Airplane legs of LinkedIn. It's just kind of funny for people that fly to work, basically, like I do. It's just kind of like a friendly banter about if something, you hit the jackpot and get the exit row with like tons of leg room and no seat buddy. Or if you are in the last row and, your knees are in your mouth, basically.
Yeah.
So it's just like some funny banter.
I was thinking about those posts you do. So I wore this shirt with just the 2 feet.
I love it. I love it.
So, the feet of Chill Under Pressure podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Usually it's FM Hero everywhere when I see you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm boring. That's all I ever wear is FM
go.
Hero gear. Les changes it up for the podcast.
Love it.
He's a cooler guy than me. What can I say?
Yeah. Well,
Less cool? What? No.
Yeah, right?
I know, that's the first time. Don't tell his kids.
Don't tell my kids. I'll fall over. So you're with FTL Financing, but before you were a coordinator for nursing staff. Is that right?
Yeah, I worked in healthcare for years. I actually started my career. I worked for State Farm. I had, it's funny, Adam, you don't know this, but I think Les does. I have a classroom of children that's how many kids I have, like Les. I have a ton.
Nice.
But when they were younger, it was just to be in a sales position. It was just really hard to fit in, soccer and all the school activities and all that kind of stuff. So I stepped back, went back to school, and got into healthcare. Once my kids were grown and gone, I was just kind of looking for something else and didn't realize until I got into this industry how absolutely people focused and relationship focused it is. And so much of it is about building up trust. And I find I'm drawing on nursing, things that I learned that way apply in this field. It's kind of crazy to me. So,
how many kids is a classroom full?
7.
7. All right.
Not quite a classroom, but
that's a lot of kids. I have 4. We had the unexpected 4th. The 3 were planned. The 4th was not.
The pleasant surprise.
Yep, I was happy surprise. Shocker in the moment, but happy surprise. But Les has got 12, so
7 boys.
Les. Woo.
7 boys. There you go.
So ours are 6 boys and 1 girl. So
yeah, that's a tough girl.
Yeah, she's got to be tough.
She is. She's about 5 foot tall, but she was a JAG attorney in the Army, and she's just her brothers made her tough for sure.
Yeah, I mean that is tough. JAG attorney. Oof. Making me nervous over here. It's not like I'm not even in the Army.
Yeah.
Well, Adam's surprise means that now when his previous youngest is graduating high school, his current youngest will be going into kindergarten.
Yeah. It's a 15-year gap on those. That was a God's plan, not my plan, but that's cool.
That's a gap. Yeah.
So
I got to know what is FTL? I know I'm totally changing back to work mode, but I can't help myself. What is it? What do you guys do? I mean, I know it's in financing, and I know it's about trying to get the little I do know. It's about trying to get equipment owners the ability to purchase equipment with financing through their contractor, right?
That's correct. So we offer financing for contractors to offer to their homeowners. I mean, the pricing, how it is now, it's not, I think once upon a time it was kind of a luxury for you to offer that. Now, if you want to sustain your growth in your business, it's imperative, because most people don't have $15,000 just laying around to buy a new system. And if they do, maybe they don't want to part with that cash right now. So we have what's called waterfall lending. So it starts, if a homeowner fills out an application, it'll start with FTL, and then it goes down a waterfall of lending partners until we get a match. It'll be the best match for their credit profile. So we do service work, equipment. We go down as low as $300 and up to 35,000. And we have those programs for people that need financing, that are looking for a monthly payment that fits into their budget. But we also have promotional financing that you can use a little more strategically as a contractor. You can offer 12 months deferred interest. So somebody's using our money instead of theirs, but they have 12 months to pay that off without interest. So it's a good way to build business. It's a good way to keep customers. I'm a firm believer that if a contractor is not offering financing right now, they're losing jobs. There's data that proves that.
Yeah.
So,
and so the person who has the 15K to lay out for a unit might want to do the interest for 12 months and hang on to it a little bit longer.
correct. That's exactly right. Like I said, that's one side of it, and then the other side is for someone that just, their house is 100 degrees. One of the states in my territory is Texas, and a Texas summer, you don't want to be without air.
Right.
So it just helps people be able to afford what they need, and it helps the contractor sometimes be able to add an extended warranty or service plan or IAQ products, or it
Or
helps them.
reducting, which the client didn't want to pay for, but they really need. That's what my house needs right now.
It's a way to get to where what they're able to get what they really need, not just the bare minimum.
Right. Yeah. So I was thinking about reducting, but his units are also 25 years old.
It's not just going to reduce. I mean, I know that when my units finally die, that I'm going to be in for ductwork too, because my return air is way too small, and the whole house is bad. I have issues, air quality issues.
Adam, that fourth kid's expensive. I mean, there you go.
I think I'll just sell the house.
Yeah, maybe it might be cheaper.
That's funny. So I gotta ask, like, how is this collateralized? I mean, do you like put a lien against the house, or like how do you recover, or is it?
We do actually. We lien. In the years that I've worked for FTL Finance, I've never seen someone go out and repo a unit. It can be done, but I'm sure it's not done easily. And fortunately, like for our company, we have an amazing collections department that we're so service and solution oriented. They will really work with our customers, to try to get them back on track, or do what we can do for them so that they're able to pay, even if it's late.
Yeah. Well, that's got to be in a large degree a whole lot less expensive than going through the process of taking back equipment, right? Plus the PR side you're doing, right? The negative stuff that comes with it, even though you're not in the wrong, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's get some progress on this payment made, and we'll work with you.
I was thinking when I asked the question, like a lien against the home, like so that they can't sell the house until, but it makes more sense the other. I mean, I don't know.
It is against the home, so that if they sell, then our loan is paid off just like
at closing.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and that's a way to, like, talking about the shorter term loans. Sometimes, if it's 100 degrees in your house, people use home equity or a bonus or something like that. That's a great time to use those promotional offerings too, because that takes 30, your home equity loan might take 30 days to close. We can, as soon as the work's done, get the contractor paid, and they can go ahead and get their work done and then just pay the loan off whenever they get their bonus or their tax return or their home equity loan closes,
Yeah.
So it's just another option.
So what are the differences? Because obviously FTL is not the only one that offers financing, right? So what is the what's your advantage?
I think that for one, our advantage is that our goal is for a contractor to be able to cover their entire customer base. Not everybody has the same credit profile, and we want them to be able to kind of have a one-stop shop. And we're constantly trying to come up with products and improve on what we have to make that happen and make it as seamless as possible for the homeowner. Because I think it's a kick in the pants to get a decline for a loan, and if they're like sometimes I just do believe that a homeowner maybe is out of embarrassment or something might go on to a different contractor and just knowing that they're not going to be able to get approved for this or that. We have companies that we work with that also cover really challenged credit, so we try to help in that area too, just so that, like I said, they have a one-stop shop. The other thing is, it makes my job so easy, Les, because our service is second to none. I would challenge anybody to find service better than what FTL provides. Our leadership gives us so much autonomy. So that creates an environment. Everybody's really has ownership of what they do and care about it like it is. I mean, it's theirs, almost like it's their own company. Um, the other thing is we have dedicated, like for contractors, depending on their area, we have dedicated people that you talk to, like a group of three people. You're always going to be communicating with one of those three people.
Hmm.
So I think that helps a lot. We're not a bigger bank, so you're not sitting on hold. Obviously, bigger banks, they're just different and they can offer maybe lower interest rates or something, but there's also a market for people that don't have perfect credit.
Right.
Well, you guys have a great reputation because I don't know anything about this. That's why I'm genuinely asking these questions and learning a lot right now. But we bump into, I mean, you're all over the place for one. We
Yeah.
bump into you everywhere, but we also bump into FTL as all over the place. And I've never heard anything negative about FTL.
Wow,
So,
that's awesome.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So on the contractor side, do you offer like coaching for them? And it's like, this is
We
how you
do.
present. Okay.
We have larger companies, that we deal with, but our wheelhouse is kind of the smaller guy that is just getting started. Maybe they're a little nervous about it. Um, and we offer, training about how to do pricing correctly. Our president, this is one thing that I totally agree with. Especially now, you can't be just worrying about about outpricing your competitor and coming in
Mm-hmm.
under. That's not a sustainable way to do business, especially now. You have to price correctly to make sure that you're covering what you need to cover, and then also really focus on your service. But yeah, we help them learn how to do that. We will help them. I've had a contractor call me from his truck before and say, I'm scared to go in. It was his first time he was going to offer financing. And, you just talk to him. But the thing of it is, the team that I work on, everyone is that way. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really apparent if someone's not. Like, it's incredible. I've never worked at a place like this where it
Yeah.
was
So
this team
um,
oriented.
I've met several of the team at different
Yeah.
events. You always take time to introduce me, and so I appreciate that. And yeah, it's a great cultural feel, amongst the team, and
And that
just
always says a lot about the organization
that's
too.
right.
I mean,
Yeah, and
Absolutely, because like that's a walking billboard for your company. You're
yeah,
not having to recruit because people want to work there. And more than anything, I have people all the time asking me if we're hiring. And I know that I'm not the only one that that happens to.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're not having to go hire a recruiter or something because people want to work here.
Right. And then you get your, like, who fits our culture,
Yeah,
right? Out of all the
absolutely.
people. So,
Absolutely.
funny story. The first time I met Gayle, we were at a bowling event with Mechanical Trade Contractors of Arizona before they removed Arizona from Gayle's territory. So I'm not able to see her that
Oh,
much anymore.
what?
But
I miss you all.
but she came over, started talking. We got along great. She over talking to my kids because I had nobody taken. I'm trying to think of who went that day, but Frank and Mason and
I thought it was a bowling team, like
Well, they're all
a
huge
baseball
too.
team, something.
Like
Yeah, they
his
are.
kids are
They're
all
all.
ginormous.
They could all be models. That's, I think, what I said to them when I walked up. And they're actually, it's funny, Les, they're one of the first photos that I ever put on LinkedIn was of your kids holding, I made them hold FTL gear and they graciously did that.
I love it.
But
yeah.
go ahead.
So it was a good night, and then we communicated quite a bit, and we got along, and it was fun, and we just have kept in touch at different events while you were coming out, and um, so that was just goes to your personality of, hey, I don't know this guy, let's talk. I don't know these people, let's see what they do, and work in there and looking for the solution provider, and the other contractors there I know appreciated it as well. So yeah, as a contractor, I really do think you have to bring that to the table, especially from like I texted you about the service side. Like, oh, I need this repaired. It's not a new unit now. Now you're fixing Adam's 25-year-old units, like,
Yeah,
right? And the contractor is gonna, go out. It's gonna be $750, whatever it is, right? And they can reach out to you for that as well.
absolutely. And that's what surprises a lot of contractors sometimes because they are thinking that it's equipment only, like new installs. But we definitely do service work. And 300 might seem so low, but if you get a family and it's like it's at the holidays or it's right when school starts, you guys both have kids, that you're sending money for this and this and this every day at the beginning of school and you're buying supplies and clothes and there's just times maybe you're in between paydays like that $300 loan is very popular for us.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
I mean, it's a wild moment, right? You don't have the money to fix your air conditioner. It's 115 degrees outside. School, I mean, we start school in Arizona in August. So
Mm-hmm.
it's still 115 degrees outside.
yeah,
Humidity's coming up. We're entering monsoon. And you're like, I can't, how am I going to pay for this? Like, how am I going to fix this thing? And what am I going to do? Have my kids go to school sweaty and gross? And like, now how am I going to go to work if I can't sleep because it's so hot?
yeah, and I love that you saying that just made me think about like how technicians now like I like to call them comfort advisors. And I like that that's the trend kind of in this industry because that's really what they are. And it is a necessity. Like in Arizona, it is a necessity. And so if you don't have the money and you do have a way, you have a solution where you can apply for financing, it's solving your problem and it's impossible. You guys know you have families. You're like, where do I sign? At the end of the day, we want to take care of the people that we love.
We
Yeah.
we've got a big retired population out here in Arizona. A ton of folks come here to retire. We have huge cities. I mean, Sun City, Sun City West. Like these are
Yeah.
retirement communities. They're all over the place here in Phoenix Metro. And you think about fixed income and people who are like, okay, I'm eking out my survival here, and I have a little margin, but I don't have enough margin to spend $15,000 on a new air conditioner, or even that compressor, right? That is, I'm $1,700 in on a compressor and on whatever by the time I'm done, and I just need to be able to spread that out over the next year, 2 years, whatever it takes to make it happen.
Absolutely. And we also, like, on the other side of that, there's so much value in it for the homeowners, but we also try to educate the contractors, especially right now. It's a repair market. Equipment
Mm-hmm.
sales are down. There's a lot of guys struggling, and we try to help them learn how to maximize what they're doing and get the most out of the ticket for that job. We also try to teach them the value of, what's high quality customer service, what that means, teaching them things that will be a lifelong, for them to build. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We want them to succeed. I
Well,
take it real personal. If my guys don't, if they're not doing well, I'm not doing well.
yeah. And that's smart. I mean, you get a lot of the smaller contractors started out working for somebody else and then said, I want to go on my own. And so they're not probably the sons. I'm not bagging on anybody, but they're probably aren't super business savvy. And so they're bootstrapping their way into being a business owner. And that is scary and it's hard. And I've done it. So I'm totally aware of what this feels like. And to have partnerships with people who help you first off be able to get the client to be able to say yes, because if they can't afford to, you're at no before you even walked in the door.
Right.
And then not only that, but help them understand how to position themselves and to be that climate advisor. I mean, those are things that are helping coach them in being better business people and not just getting financing. And that's pretty awesome.
For sure. And that goes back to, again, like Les and I have talked about this several times, just it's such a relationship oriented field. And you would not think that, but really it is. Like it's about establishing trust and, not over promising and under delivering and all that kind of stuff. You have to be transparent with pricing and all of that stuff, and you have to have integrity in what you're doing if you want to succeed. And you're right, there's so many, it's like a multi-generational thing. I don't know if you guys see this, but it's like dad or grandpa had the business and then now the son's taking over. That was you.
That's how I got into it. I was 14. I was dragged in by my family. I mean, I loved it, but it was a
Yeah.
family connection. I got mentored into it, and I've lived HVAC ever since. Wild.
Well, and the thing of it is, I don't know about you, but like, I know that when I go out, this is where like the building trust and all of that I learned as a nurse comes in now. You know, the maybe the dad or grandpa never offered financing or anything, or a ton of things, reclaiming,
Got a deal.
refrigerant and all those
Yeah, I
things.
never recovered gas. We don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Well, things have
Exactly.
changed.
And so we're trying to the new person, the son knows, or daughter knows, that this is what the way of the world now, but it's not convincing them. We're having to convince someone that's maybe been in business for 50 years and been super successful to do something new to keep up with the world.
Yeah. How easy is the process? Like, what's the timeline? If I'm a contractor and I'm talking to a homeowner about service or equipment replacement, I imagine they could offer both, right? Hey, if you want to repair this, we're recommending replacement, but you lay them both out. What's the process? How long does it take to go through and do the application and get a response back? Because
So
time
each
matters.
Oh yeah, for sure. And especially like we're in a society now, I really think COVID changed a lot of things for our expectations as consumers. We want what we want, but we want it right now.
Mhm.
Um, and so every contractor for us, once they're registered, they get their own individual link that should be really on everything that they're presenting to customers. The homeowner, if they want to do financing, they just click that link. They get a decision within about 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and then so the contractor can go ahead and order parts and schedule the job and all that stuff. And then we just have the homeowner confirm that the job was completed to their satisfaction. Once we get that back, we direct deposit to our contractors within 24 to 48 hours.
That's amazing too.
Yeah. And
That's
so
fast payment because I mean, you get done with these, and I mean, are they getting so? I mean, not only is that fast, but how do the fee structures work? Is this costing the contractor money to do this?
So it can. We've got several programs that we offer that are absolutely free to the contractor to use. They can buy down the interest rate a bit. And if they choose programs where that's what they're going to do, that's where we help them learn how to build those fees into their pricing and just price it straight across the board.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go buy a cup of coffee, whether you pay cash or credit card, you're paying the same amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're just helping whatever coffee vendor that is cover their swipe fee. And
Mm-hmm.
basically, that's what we're doing. We're just helping the contractor learn how to do that and understand that they just need to have their pricing built that way.
Yeah. And if you're the homeowner, if it's a link, you're giving pretty minimal information. You guys are running the credit on minimal information. Like they're not having to present pay stuff because they'd have to go get all that stuff, right?
Tax
Yeah,
returns,
and
pay stubs, firstborn child's DNA.
yeah, right. And that all varies per person about what the requirements that our underwriters would need. But the process is really simple and quick. We try to make it as quick and easy and painless as possible. But, and for the contractors that are nervous, because they've never offered financing before, it is as easy as just adding when you're telling someone what forms of payment you take, you can say, I take cash, credit card, and I also offer monthly payments. That's all you need to do. The homeowner's clicking a link, if they're interested. So
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, I mean, the guy who's sitting in you started earlier and you said, I had a contractor call me and he's sitting in the driveway and he's like, I'm nervous to go in.
yeah,
And the reality is that's probably what you just told him, right? This is
it's
how simple
exactly
it is.
what I told him.
Yeah.
You're presenting the option, and really, like when you talk about, I know service is important at FM Hero. We talk about what good customer service looks like. It means different things to different people, but it also means presenting every option, that can be available to be helpful in a solution for your customers. Like
I,
at the end of the day, we're in a service industry, we're serving, and we want to make sure that we're covering all those bases.
I mean, I personally would love to see all of society have enough wealth that they're not having to finance anything and they could just cut that $25,000 check or that $20,000 check. In my case, we've got 2 units on my house. I'm sure I'm about to bleed heavily when this happens.
Send that link over.
and I, no offense to FTL or any bank or anything, but I mean, it would be great if that's where we were, but we're not there. And people need a way to be able to survive. You can't. It is, like you said earlier, it's a necessity in Arizona. And if you can't afford it, you need a solution. And so I think it's smart that contractors say, hey, look, I can take cash, I can take a credit card, we offer financing and monthly payments. So then the person gets to decide what's right for them and their family and their circumstance. So
and in the history of the world, there's always been a need for like FTL.
Yeah, that's right. Like it's not going away. So as much as my little perfect universe where we're all wealthy and don't have to worry about it, that's not where we live.
Well, Adam, if that universe ever does exist, I will be hitting you up for a job. So, I kind of hope that it stays this way too. But you're right. And here's the thing too. Our consumers expect it now. You finance your phone, everything. You can finance groceries if you want to. There's Klarna and Afterpay and all of these buy now, pay later programs. And people are becoming, especially the younger generation, are becoming more focused on, they're worried about what will fit into their monthly budget. It's not necessarily about the bottom line anymore. It's a different time and our approach is different, but you're absolutely right. It's like putting a plate of food in front of someone and they're going to decide if they're going to eat, how much they're going to eat. Like it's just presenting an option.
Yeah. Could they so they could do that? Could they finance a portion of it and pay the other portion if they wanted to, or is it all in? Yeah.
No, they can definitely pay a part if they have part of the money, but not all of it. They can definitely do that. We don't have prepayment penalties, so they can pay off early. We have loans up to 10 years. And that's actually one of our most popular terms is 10 years. But the people that take that, most people pay that off in about 5 or 6 years. Mm-hmm. So they're taking that because at the time they need that monthly payment, but they're chipping away at it and getting it paid off sooner.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you're talking about 10 years on a piece of equipment that should last 15 to 20 years. Mine are knocking on that door, as Les keeps pointing out. And so, it's not an unreasonable amount of time, right? I mean, if you bought a car and you did 5-year financing, 7-year financing on a car, and it only lasted 3 years, that would make sense. If an air conditioner only lasted 5 years, then you wouldn't be able to offer 10-year finance. I mean, it would make sense, but
Yeah, and I have a friend at FTL that she's our content creator, and it's funny because like I really get intrigued. I ask her a lot of questions, and I like to bounce things off of her. And she was explaining it in a way I never really even thought about. When it is $15,000 next to your house and your car, that's one of the most expensive items that a homeowner is going to purchase. And
right.
imagine if you walked into a car dealership, picked out your car, sat down to do the paperwork, and they said, "Oh, we take cash and credit card." It is similar to that.
Yeah.
Because prices have went so high.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. And
Yeah.
Adam, you're what I like to call a Band-Aid guy, because there's people like every year. It's so funny. They're like, "Oh, I've done it myself." You put up the, please let the Band-Aid work until it gets cool. Please let it work till November or whatever. And this just gives a chance to like actually fix the problem rather than, temporarily
Band-Aid it.
cover.
My units are working great.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say I haven't had to have a repair guy out. Now it's going to happen, but I haven't had somebody out in my house in 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do my own PM stuff, so it's not like I'm abusing my systems, but I won't do my own swaps. No, I'm not. That's not my skill.
Yeah.
So I'll be fired at it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. More people are concerned about the environment. More people are concerned about energy efficiency and all of that kind of stuff too. And those things cost money now. It's better for everyone and everything in the long run.
Are there items or products you offer financing on outside of air conditioning?
Absolutely. We do any type of home improvement product. Anything.
So you need a roof?
Roofing?
I'm your girl.
Really?
Roof, fence, garage door, pest control, all kinds of things. And think about that. I kind of laughed when somebody asked me that actually on a podcast, and I was like, "Wow, that's a great question. I have no idea." I was surprised to find out that we do. And I was thinking, why would you need that? But then think about it. If you've got termites or something, that's a huge expense. So yeah, we do it on anything. And like, if a contractor does more than one thing, if he goes in and does HVAC and electrical, the homeowner can apply for one loan to cover those things.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
and
wow.
if you're a contractor who does, I mean, based on what you're saying, I offer plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. Like I'm a mechanical contractor offering the suite. I use one financing company, regardless of which client I'm pursuing in the moment. Like this is an electrical project, we're pursuing that. We have, boom, I have the same relationship with Gayle through it all. Yeah. And I think that's a really cool thing.
So one of my sons does epoxy floor coatings. So you guys do that too?
Yes.
Or,
yep. Have him call me less.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, very interesting. I'm glad I asked the question because I didn't know. So if you're a contractor does remodeling, does that count too?
We have remodel guys, we have paint people, we have all kinds of contractors. Absolutely.
That's awesome. We know a lot of contractors. We're going to be starting to send other people your way more than we already are.
Well, I love it. I love it.
And in Arizona, it's Courtney now. Is that right?
Courtney. Yes. Courtney Hewells. And then we've got somebody Michael O'Reilly, he covers the Northeast. And then Oscar, he's the newest member of our team. He does the Southeast. So, and I have Louisiana, Oklahoma, and the very humongous state of Texas.
Yeah. You guys cover large areas.
Yeah.
Your coverage areas.
We do. I mean, Courtney's got a huge area.
Yeah.
But she's on top of it. And like I said, we get so much support from FTL to be out in the field doing what we're doing. It's fantastic. Unless, you've met team members of mine. They're all just fantastic people. They really are. Everybody knows Adam, everyone at FTL knows Les. So
That's awesome.
they know the name. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
famous.
I don't get out much, so nobody knows me. Like,
yeah,
Kirsten
it's funny
chains me to my
because
desk.
I know Gayle, but I walk into the room and she's introducing, and it's all like they already know me, right?
That's
Like
cool.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's
I've talked about you a lot less because, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but going back to the people and relationship thing, I think two pivotal things happened for me when I started to. I was hired at FTL as an office assistant, and then I became the office manager, and then this role opened up, and I remembered how much I loved when I worked at State Farm, and I was like, you know what, I don't have to worry about carding kids here and there and all that stuff. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna apply for it. Um, but I again didn't realize how people and relationship focused it was. When I met Les that night, it was my very first event for FTL. He's
Oh, wow.
underplaying because I was terrified, and I went up and he calmed me down. He's like, no, you just do this. You talk, just talk to people. Really, just talk to people. Be yourself. And really that's what I did. I went up and met his kids, and they totally put me at ease because I felt right at home then. But Les was instrumental for me in that way. Just kind of like where you need a nudge sometimes just to get out there and do the thing. The other one has been being a part of Women in HVAC. They're
Nice.
a fantastic organization for women in the trades. They provide mentorships and all this stuff. It's just we're such a minority. It's awesome to see that that's all changing, and
mm-hmm.
the, any woman that I've run across that's in this industry, they're just, I mean, they're boss babes. They have
Yeah,
it, like they have it together,
Mhm.
and I love that. So
that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it has tended in the past to be a good old boys network and a heavily male dominated industry. It still is a heavily male dominant industry, but it's really cool to see more women getting involved and picking up all the trades in general. So we just did a podcast with All Trades Page. And in fact, this is like our next sequence here is like the all women's series. Like we've got you, Gayle, repping and talking about FTL. We had All Trades Page, and we did the Leah Walm too
With RMS.
with RMS, and they run a group of well, now not all women, but it's a heavily female group over there, and I think that's fantastic too. Like, so it's cool to have more and more women in the industry.
it is,
Absolutely.
and we think differently.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say we're smarter or
That's
better or
complimentary.
anything like that, but we,
Yeah, I
we
think
think differently.
yeah, it's important to have like again the inclusion of different viewpoints, different culture points, different gender points where women do think differently than men. People from the South think differently than people in the upper Northeast, right? And that getting that cross pollination of folks wherever that can occur is really healthy for the industry and any organization. And so to have more women in general involved is has been an underrepresented group in the trades, and that voice needs to be heard. So I love like women in HVAC, and I love that you're out pushing that too, and that you're doing it,
I
you're
keep
living it.
trying to
So
talk Les into coming to the conference. It's in Indianapolis this year, Les. Be
What?
there, be
when is
square.
it?
When's
It's
the
at the
date?
end of September. I'll send you the info. It's at the end of September. I can find it for you real quick. I think it's September 29th, but it's in Indianapolis at the JW Marriott, and it's going to be fantastic.
Okay.
It is an insane experience. It really is. The first one that I went to, I had never been in a room of people that just, I mean, the energy and atmosphere was electric. The hair on the back of my neck was standing up, and I'm not kidding. It was crazy.
That's
It
cool.
was, it's so high charged. Their breakout sessions are awesome. Their keynote speakers are awesome. The networking and connection is top notch. It's just a really, you'll stand out there. There's more.
Middle-aged bald guy.
Yeah, there's more and more.
Let him
men.
in.
Who let that guy in?
Yeah.
Imposter.
Where's security?
No, the guys from FTL go. I mean, and there are men there. It's just a lot of women go. It's something they look forward to every year. And just like you come away from it. I've never come away from it without really having a great takeaway and something that I apply all the time in what I do.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Very good. We're gonna wrap up on that. Unless you got anything you want to close with, Gayle. Anything you?
No, except for just again, Les, thank you so much. You have always taken the time to even explain to me what FM Hero does, because that's kind of a new thing, in this space. And it's something I have made myself because of respect for you. I've been trying to learn more and more about it. And I use that like when I am talking to contractors, like it or no. I know, thank goodness, like some timelines have been delayed a bit, which is good, giving people time to transition. But this stuff, it's coming, it's inevitable, and we just need to figure out how to make it work in this space and have people get comfortable with it. It's change, and that's hard sometimes. But I appreciate all your friendship and your wisdom and all that stuff, the camaraderie and that we've had, Les. I really do. And now Adam, I'm going to get on him. Adam, I'm going to send you an application to apply for financing.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Very good. Well, thanks for all that. I appreciate our relationship, and we always enjoy when we get to spend time together. So thanks for the kind words. And thanks for joining us on Chill Under Pressure. I'm Les.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Gayle.
We'll see you next time on Chill Under Pressure. Thanks.